one wedding per year. That's all you get to attend. One wedding per year. Oh my God, let my friends get married. don't borrow.
Oh no, never
don't
borrow.
Don't go and find loan to go and marry.
Hi guys. What's up? It's a bright and beautiful Saturday afternoon. Yeah, we have someone with us in the background. Dorcas. Wave.
Oche sister.
Dr. Oche
number two.
Guess what? We're going for a wedding. Now that is like a really rare event in Canada, right? Because
yeah.
I think this is probably my second wedding that I've gotten to go to in Canada since I got here. Because, well, I guess people don't get married so much.
The cohabitation is a lot. I think this is my second wedding too.
Second wedding?
Yeah.
And I guess, well, probably depends on where you live. When you are more in the Ghanaian community, you'll be seeing a lot more weddings happening on a more frequent basis. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like Toronto,
yeah, in places like Toronto where you have a lot of Ghanaians, Brampton, you have Church of Pentecost there, and all the Ghanaian churches, all nations, you'll be having more weddings. So.
I think generally though, it's hard to get weddings to attend.
Yeah, I mean, I like Ghana where every weekend
there's
multiple weddings and stuff like that.
You sometimes, most of the time, you don't need an invite. Like most of the time, even if you don't have an invite, you can decide to show up.
Yeah,
right.
Gate crashing is legal and it's
oh my
allowed.
goodness, yeah.
Yeah, but in these COVID-19 times with the restrictions that the province of Ontario has more or less put on, the limit to the people that can gather. Weddings are, I think the limit is 30 persons or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I know the groom told me the numbers are really low.
Yeah. So not going to be your typical wedding. Probably just a few family and friends, and everything would go on as planned. So,
well, talking about family and friends, I think wedding should be about family, really, and a few like close friends.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but in that kind of Ghanaian society, it's more or less seen as a communal event where friends and family, old schoolmates,
reunion,
workmates.
The weddings are like reunion.
Yeah, it becomes like a huge reunion where you get to see people who you haven't seen in so like many years. And
yeah.
But then the thing that most people don't talk about is the cost element which comes with having such large gatherings and the fact that the more people that you have, the more expensive that it's going to be, right?
Exactly.
So then it becomes better to have a smaller number in order to cut down costs. And I mean, that doesn't mean go cheap, right? I know you have your opinions about that.
Yeah, I think you should invest in it, right? And so if you want to show honor to your wife-to-be, if you want to show honor to the woman you say you love, at least invest a little. I'm not saying break the bank. Break the bank is a no. You don't need to break the bank, but you need to invest in it. Like you can have a really small but nice and elegant wedding.
Okay.
That's what I think. Yeah. And so things like your wedding ring, I mean, if you can, why not? Why not invest in it? Because it's something you'll be wearing, right?
For the rest of your life.
Exactly. I mean, at some point you would go change it, but if you can, you just buy quality and then you wear it for a really long time before you change, right?
Yeah.
And then you want to also look nice at the wedding. I mean, people invest in the food and things like that. It's all good, but think about yourself first.
Yeah, I mean, because the food will be eaten by the very next day, it's all gone.
Exactly. So think about
the things that will remain with you.
Nice. Exactly. So
like your photographs, your
exactly,
dress.
and the video.
Okay.
50 years later, you're going to play that same video. 50 years later, you're going to watch that same photo
with your grandchildren.
With your grandchildren and like your great grandchildren. So hey guys, I'm challenging you. If you say you love a woman, honor her. Like invest in her. Okay, buy a nice wedding ring. Yeah, let her be happy. Don't break the bank. Just try to cut your coat according to your size. If you want to have like a court wedding, it's fine. You can have like 30 people and still have a really nice wedding ring or something like that. Okay, I didn't talk about gown. Your gown needs to be nice too. It's just you don't wear it all the time, like the ring, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
so,
for the gown, it's more or less like wear it once and probably never wear it again. So, I mean, I'm not so much in like spending huge amounts on the gown, but then yes, it should still be nice. I mean, people buy $20,000 gowns and stuff. Well, I mean, it depends on your budget too, right?
Yes, if you don't have money, you say $20,000 is money. Please. You don't know how much God has blessed someone. So
yeah,
I mean,
but then I think that's the main point. Like, do something which is within your budget, which is like, I mean, so important.
And don't break the bank.
Yeah, like, I mean, because
don't borrow.
Oh no, never
don't
borrow.
Don't go and find loan to go and marry. If you need to do that, it tells me that you are not ready.
Yeah.
You are not ready to marry. So wait. Make sure you don't borrow.
But I know the banks have started offering like wedding loans.
Oh really?
In Ghana, yeah. I think I've seen at least one bank
I won't
offering a wedding
advise
loan.
any friend of mine or any sister of mine, anybody close to me or you guys out there to go for a wedding loan. I won't do that. You see, a lot of the time it's because of comparison and like competition. People are not content with all they have, looking at others.
Oh yeah, and a lot of it I feel is driven by social media and
pressure.
Yeah, I mean you go on the Instagram and you see all the nice weddings. Yep, you have all the exclusive decor and
things like that. I mean, they're
nice,
really nice
videos and all those kind of things. It's nice to the eye, but then there is a cost to it.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a cost to it which if you can't afford, please don't.
Yeah, don't go and break the bank and you finish the wedding, you go home and now you don't have money to buy this or that, you're not able to pay your bills. That one, even God will not be happy with you.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you and back to the same message, like you cut your coat according to your size.
Yeah. According to this is actually according to your cloth, right?
According to your cloth. Yeah, yes. I think that makes more sense.
Yeah, because
like according to your cloth.
If you don't have enough cloth, I mean, if you have cloth, you can sew a shirt, but you might not be able to sew like a 3-piece.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like or something like that. You might need to go with a short sleeve shirt.
Yeah, actually, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And as we are talking, I'm reminded of event planners.
Yeah. That's
I
also
think
very important.
We needed to have event planners because, like, we do not live in Ghana.
Yeah.
So, I think they were really helpful.
Yeah.
In terms of organization and like what to get, they gave us like a master list. So you kind of go through the list and check. They were really helpful. It's just you also need to work like together with them so that you let them know what you really want, like what you really need. Because there are some things on that master list I thought, oh no, I don't need this. Oh no, I think this is a waste of my money, or I won't use this, or I won't use that, or I won't. Do you see what I mean? Yeah.
And the advantage for them too is that that is the work that they do. So they kind of know the vendors, they have personal relationships with them, and they are able to bargain for you and get you better deals than if you had gone to the vendors directly.
Exactly.
And there are so many considerations that you might not be aware of because this is probably your first time that you are doing this.
Yeah.
You've never done this before. You don't have all the information, and I mean, there are some very little minor things that, having an event planner or a coordinator helping you with your planning will be very helpful. In the beginning, I thought that I didn't need them because...
Yeah, I remember you saying we will do it
like
on our own. I'm like,
what are we doing that? What are we doing that they are coming to do that we are not already doing? But then
you saw what they did.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, they were really helpful, and there's so much that needs to be done. If you don't have a dedicated person kind of taking care of all those things, it's easy to get blindsided or overwhelmed or even tired because so many contacts, calls that have to be made, arrangements that have to be made, and in fact it's really helpful, and I'll recommend that you get a planner or a coordinator if possible. They come in different categories and tiers of affordability. Some of them are like really high up there, some of them too are also. So it goes back to doing what you can afford, what is according to your budget, and just making sure that at the end of the day you should have a good time. I think I really had a good time. I really enjoyed our wedding. I mean, everything went well from fun. Beginning to the end. There was a lot of. It was very natural. Nothing forced. Went smooth smoothly as far as I can tell. Very few hiccups.
When you say nothing forced, like what?
No, I mean,
I just,
like,
just wonder.
it's like you are smiling and laughing, and you
And
know
then
there are
there's
some
something
brides.
wrong.
There are some brides on the day of their
Okay.
wedding. They are frowning because
There's
something hasn't
not-
gone,
Okay,
and
yeah,
they have
yeah.
to be told to smile. You know,
Okay, I
smile.
get it.
Like,
Yeah.
but I mean, it was natural. You were smiling
Yeah.
because you were genuinely happy, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
know everything was flowing.
I tried to forget about the things that were not working in the background.
Yeah, you have a few hiccups here and there,
Yes.
but on the D-Day, there's very you can't
Little
do
you can do
you can't
about
do
it.
anything about it. So you might as well just
smile.
sit back and
Flow,
relax, smile at what
Cry.
is not going correct. I think someone said that even if your wedding cake is falling down, don't panic, just sit there and smile.
Just sit there and smile. And you know what I really liked? When the pastor said the congregation should clap for me because I was on time.
Oh yeah, punctuality is really key.
I mean, there have been times I've been to people's wedding and we sit for like an hour, like 2 hours. Remember when I told you about the one lady's wedding?
Yeah,
They told
I mean
us
in
it was
Ghana
going to
it's
start
kind
at
of like a
9.
normal thing.
Yeah, in Ghana. They said we were
not-
going to start at 9 and then we ended up starting like 12.
Yeah, I wouldn't have stayed that long.
And
I think
I'm like,
it's really
Like I think
disrespectful to your guests to keep them waiting and just kind of
So our wedding was supposed to start at 2, right?
2:30.
2:30. So I think I got there around 2:15.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got there around 2:15. So I was right at the door for 2:30.
Yeah, and it's good because it helps you to also relax and catch your breath before you launch into everything. But if you arrive or you are late, you know, rushing, panting, it's difficult
like
to get that
everything is,
natural
disorganized.
composure, to be smiling, and
Yeah.
I mean, people can see it when you are tensed, right?
Yeah, I
And when you
think
are not
so.
relaxed. So when you
Yeah.
are relaxed, then everything is coming naturally.
Everything's coming naturally.
You can also
Really
tell.
nice.
And
Exactly.
yeah, so I mean, in Ghana, punctuality is a big issue when it comes to weddings, and most of the time it depends on the church. I mean, where we had our wedding, they are
quite punctual.
strict on time. So
Yeah.
2:30 is 2:30, but as usual, you wouldn't have that many people there at the beginning.
I remember the number of times you hammered it in my head to be late. It's
Yeah, don't be
2:30,
late.
2:30, and even my father, who was walking me down the aisle, he also kept telling me to like be on time.
Yeah,
right? He
very
said
important.
be on time, and he's really principled. So
Yep.
I needed to be.
No.
He got there before me.
Oh wow.
Yes,
Okay.
when I got there, he was standing at the entrance of the church.
Yeah, not
Yes.
surprising.
Yeah, he was standing, and then he came close to me and said, "Okay, Asantwa, you are not late. That's good."
You would have been in trouble if
I'm
you were
like,
late.
"What pressure?"
Definitely, yeah.
So yeah.
So going back to the numbers, you know,
who you invite and stuff like that.
Yeah, I personally, I think I went on a journey, or it was kind of a journey for me from being in Ghana and thinking about a wedding where everybody is there. You have all your friends from, you know, primary school and junior high and senior high and past workers, and you know, but then after leaving Ghana for about 2 years, when it was time for me to marry, I think I had more or less had a change in perception, or a change in what I kind of envisaged, because I was like, you know what, being out here for the 2 years, you really see that a lot of the social connections that I had more or less fallen off.
Right.
You know, so the circles where you think that, oh, I want everyone from the circle to be there, really there wasn't.
Yeah, you were not in touch with.
Yeah, there wasn't much communication. It's like out of sight, out of mind, right?
Yes.
You know, so I was like, well, if it's time for the wedding, I guess the people who really are close, and you know, one wise man by the name of Steve Harvey said,
"Oh, Steve Harvey,
your wedding day should only have people in it who you know love you, you love them, and are always there supporting you."
I really loved what Steve Harvey said.
Yeah, I mean,
and I agree
those
with
who
him
love
100%.
you, those you love,
exactly.
You know, they are there for you.
Right.
They are going to be there for you, because really, after the wedding, like,
I mean, that's it. And I told you a couple of my friends also share the same view. And I was sharing with you about a friend of mine who said her wedding would just be family.
Yeah.
And then she would also called some of us who are really close to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she asked me to be a bridesmaid already, and so I know I have a wedding planned in somewhere in Asia.
Okay.
Yeah, so she believes that it should be about family and a few friends, and I agree. And I remember the struggles we went through.
We had a struggle.
My goodness, everybody wanted to be at our wedding, and some of these people I had not spoken to them, and vice versa, for about like over a year, like over 2 years. I'm like, really, what are you coming to do at this wedding? And that's why we decided to customize the invites.
Yeah.
So we just put your name on there, and you know it is for you.
Yeah, you can't go
So
and
you
put it
can't
out
just go
there.
and put it on social
Otherwise-
media and be inviting
Yeah,
everybody.
I mean, and the social media is a huge component. I realize it's possible that you can keep your wedding on the low side if you can control the social media component, because once it goes out there,
Then
it's
everybody will
forwarded
come.
to one group,
And
it
then
just
that's
kind
it.
of, you know. But then if your name is on the invite, you can't go and forward it to you can't forward it to a group, because they'll know that, well, this is your name on it. You wouldn't want to put yourself out there as being the one who leaked the information. So
Yeah, exactly.
it was a good strategy. I mean,
Yeah, and we still struggled, even though I think we were like maybe successful, let's say maybe 80%. You know, and you remember when our counselors were telling us that they wish us all the best with the numbers.
Yeah.
Because they knew it wasn't going to be possible. But I think we tried.
Oh, yeah.
I think we tried. And I remember someone even commenting after our wedding, telling us how nice it was, and the person used numbers to determine, as one factor to determine the success of the wedding. He said, remember, he said, oh, and the numbers were huge. I'm like, you have no idea what we've done to reduce these numbers.
Yeah.
So you see, people even think the more people come to your wedding, then the more successful it is. You see, that's what people even think. Meanwhile, we were trying to reduce the numbers. And so if people have like 100 people, it doesn't mean their wedding is so successful. It means it's their choice. They have decided to cut down the numbers. But you see, in a society like Ghana, it seems like because you have 1,000 people at your wedding, people will probably say, I had 1,000 people come to my wedding. And so it connotes success.
Yeah. So the numbers were just perfect, you know. And I think I was really drastic in terms of determining who I was going to invite, and
you were really determined to cut down the numbers.
Yeah, and I think I ended up even excluding certain people that I genuinely felt bad afterwards, because
you should have included them. If you think about it on the flip side, somebody would argue, and I was talking to one of my friends, and he said, well, you do it once, and so let people come and let them, it's only once you get to feed everybody, right? And so just do a party for everybody. But again, it will come down to
cost.
Your budget.
Yes.
And if you want quality wedding, then you know that when you reduce the numbers, then you can get that quality you're
exactly,
looking for.
Yeah. So I think that was the compromise we had in terms of reducing the numbers so that you can have a higher quality experience. And you know, one thing that I learned afterwards, which on hindsight would have been helpful, was a friend of mine who's a planner was telling me that not everybody you invite is going to come on that day.
Right.
At most, you're going to have about 75 to 80% of people coming. So if you're planning for maybe 300, then you can get a buffer of another 25%, which is about 50.
Okay.
So you can invite 350 people, but then you can plan for 300.
Yeah, I remember you saying this.
Yeah, but it was afterwards that I kind of got that information. I was like, okay, I could have included a few other people and it still wouldn't have disrupted everything. But I think it went really well.
Yeah.
Everyone had a place to sit, and
yeah,
you know,
and honestly, I mean, how many of these people have even kept in touch, or and vice versa? How many of these people have we kept in touch with after the wedding? It's a few.
Just a few, yeah, yes, that's true. Just a few.
So back to Steve Harvey.
Yeah, at the end of the day, when everything is over, it's just going to be you and your spouse living your life, and most of the people would be out of the picture anyway. I mean, they would even have forgotten. I mean, think about your the first anniversary. Out of all the people who were there, how many people remembered to wish you like a happy anniversary first year? It's
like few people. So those few people are the ones we should have just invited.
Yeah, so I guess they say what benefit of hindsight, right? But since there's something that you do once, hopefully,
Yeah, you do
and never
once,
again,
hopefully.
you don't have the benefit of learning from your mistakes and
Yeah, exactly.
correcting the things that you wish you could have.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but all in all, I think it goes back to the point in making sure that you have something, you invest in it, and
right.
ensure that you have something which is really good. As for the man, it's a way to honor your wife, and also just show your appreciation,
Right.
and just make sure that she's happy. They say the white wedding is for the woman.
Yeah.
So I guess, and then that's where sometimes a few issues come. The woman wants this, the man says no, and then it becomes it becomes an issue of contention, a bone of contention, disagreements, and not coming to terms. But I think it's good to listen to the women. Like, sometimes we the guys, we are concerned about saving our money and
listen to us.
but I tell you, there are some things that she suggested that in the beginning I didn't really buy into the idea, but then we decided to go ahead and do it, and I was like, wow, this is actually it's really cool,
nice.
All the wedding lights and things like that. When you watch the videos,
the wedding lights, when you watch the videos
is like ads,
because the wedding went into the night.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I was thinking about lights and all.
Yeah, wedding lights and dry ice and all those things.
And all those things.
It gives it some dreamy feel, and you feel you're in heaven in the clouds, on cloud 9.
Like, it makes the whole thing nice. And come on, like, think about it. It's once. You only do it once.
Mm-hmm.
You only do it once. That's why we are saying, just like, do it and do it well.
If you can.
Again, don't break the bank. So it's like this. It's here and here.
Yeah, I think you need to. It all comes along too with planning. Some people take about a year or even 2 to plan. So the earlier you start planning, the better it is. You can save some money, put some money aside. Some people buy the items that they need and pay for some of the services over time. Pay it in installments. Yes, so that and I think it's good when you lock things down early, or when you are sure about your dates early, you can negotiate.
Okay.
Because prices change quickly. I mean, the cost of services increase maybe every 6 months. Some of these vendors and photographers and videographers, it's like every 6 months or every year they review their prices. So if you know you are going to have your wedding maybe at least a year in advance, in 2020 you start negotiating in 2019 and you lock down the price of items and you can pay in installments.
So that's planning, right?
Yeah, it all comes down to planning and having a vision and having a good project planning mindset. Have your Excel sheet with all your figures and all your items
and things like that,
and your gates and your
How about the traditional wedding?
Yeah, I think that one is really a family event.
You still have a few friends.
And you still have a few friends, but some people also do that very large, and it's almost as large as the white wedding. But for me, I think that's really a family affair. It's where the items that have been requested by the bride's family are presented by the groom's family, and then word of advice, blessing of the rings. It's a very intimate affair. So I think what happened in ours was we were considering using doing decor and having all the professional setup being done. But then after really analyzing it, I was like, this thing is really going to be very small. It's just a family affair, just a few people. So.
And the house was nice. Like the house we did the whole thing in was nice. So it looked really nice in pictures without decor. I feel like the decor was even going to make things a bit crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it was simple and nice.
We had some decor in
very simple.
But it wasn't inside
very simple decor, just to spice it up a bit, but then it wasn't something. And really, that it saved quite a bit of money in going that approach. So
and it still looked really nice.
Yeah, it looked nice. Pictures were nice.
Yeah, I remember the advice I got from one of my friends. She had just got married in December, and she said, "Well, you don't need to use a backdrop." And she was telling me how she didn't use a backdrop for her engagement because the house was nice, and she sent me photos, and it looked really nice. So I'm like, "Oh, you know what? Let's do this."
Yeah. All this backdrop and all the
had a backdrop.
nice
We had a
things.
backdrop at the wedding. We had a backdrop at the wedding, and so it was okay. Yeah.
Nicely done. And at the end of the day, I think, I was happy. At the end of the day, I was happy
Yeah,
with what
me too. I felt like
what we had been able to
tried.
do. We didn't break the bank. We
No,
didn't
we
owe
didn't borrow.
anybody. We didn't borrow anyone from money from anyone. Nobody was chasing us for their money.
No.
And I think it's really good to have your peace of mind. And you know, some
Actually,
people.
I think Kweku really did well because I just finished school. Finished school.
Yeah.
And so I don't think I had money. So Kweku did a lot.
Yeah.
Give it up for Mr. Person.
Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up, give
So
it up.
Kweku did a lot. So please be like Kweku and try and save the women some money.
Yeah, I mean, because you know, I always told you that
I didn't have money.
I don't.
So.
I'm not looking to anyone to do my wedding for me. If I want to get married, I need to be sure that I'm able to do it, because really, not all of us come from families where you are going to get married. Your mom or your dad is going to put in this much amount of money. I knew that, hey,
you have to do it yourself.
I have to do it myself. God being my helper. So I came with planning, saving money, and the interesting thing was that I was out of work for about 2 months before the wedding.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I remember.
And then after the wedding, because of all the movements and all the things that we had to do, I also didn't work. I also didn't work for about 2 or 3 months. So 5 months I was not working, but I mean I was able to put something aside after the wedding to still keep me going. I didn't have to ask anyone, borrow money from anyone. All my bills were paid. Everything was nicely done. So we thank God for the ability to plan it. And yes, which also brings me to one of the important things. Doing a wedding in Canada is really expensive, even for something that is would not be considered very large.
Let's say
a wedding
100
for 100 people.
Yes.
What it would cost you to do that in Canada, if you took that same amount to Ghana, you are going to be able to do much more with that same amount of money.
Is it true, that thing?
Oh yeah, it is. It is.
Because some people advise, why not just stay here and do it, and the numbers will be low and things like that.
Yeah, so that means you are doing for 100 people here, but then that same amount or that same cost. So if you are going to spend $20,000 to do a wedding for 100 people in Ghana, that same $20,000 can go to Ghana and do a wedding for maybe 300 or 400 people.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, and I ask these questions because now in Ghana the vendors charge in dollars, and so I'm just trying to figure out really what the difference is. And sometimes I even feel like weddings in Ghana are quite expensive than weddings here. That's why I'm asking.
No, it depends.
Questions.
For example, if you are going to maybe hire a room at one of these beautiful hotels in Ghana, Movenpick, or some of the prices actually do compare, because I think you'll be paying maybe $100 per head, $150 per head for a person that is coming here.
Generally, weddings in Ghana are not cheap.
Oh no,
I feel
that's
like
something. It depends on what you want to do. So what you go and do in Movenpick and doing that same kind of thing here in Canada, it will cost you more in Canada, because in Canada you can pay up to $20,000 for a hall.
So then,
but then in Ghana you might not have to pay. I don't know about Movenpick or Kempinski, but I don't know if you have to pay that much for a hall, and that is just the hall without any.
But are there not cheaper options?
That's what I'm saying. That comparing Movenpick in Ghana to doing something like that in Canada. In Canada, you are paying $20,000, $30,000 for the likes of Movenpick here. And these places come without any chairs or tables or anything, which becomes an additional cost. You have to pay for decor.
Makes sense.
So in Canada for photography, the cheapest photographer you are getting is not going to be charging you less than $2,500, which is like maybe 7,000 cedis
in Ghana
or 8,000 cedis in Ghana. But in Ghana, you can get a good photography for half that price.
Yeah.
Half that price. So
so these are the factors to consider.
Yeah, because initially we had thought about doing our wedding in Canada, but then thinking about family and things like that, we were like,
So I was just going to say, I don't think we didn't do it here because of money. I think it was more about all the people who wanted to see at the wedding.
Yeah.
so I don't think it had anything to do with money at all.
Yeah, because I mean, in Canada, you definitely have a very small number of people you will be inviting, maybe not up to 100.
I'm not sure we'll have invited up to 100 people.
And all of that. So, yeah, weddings are. But now, I think now is a good time to have your wedding because of the restrictions on numbers and.
Yeah.
You can use COVID-19 as an excuse
to have a small wedding.
To have a small wedding and not have all the people there with the associated costs and things like that.
So I see lots of people getting married now, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So people are trying to get married, so that they don't pay much.
It's a good reason. It's a good excuse, but still, you still see some really large events going on. Weddings and traditional marriages in Ghana.
Going on now.
It almost seems as if COVID-19 is over, or it's no longer. It's no longer an issue of concern, but it is something that is still rampant, still there. So if you are going for any weddings, please
wear your mask.
Take your mask, and no matter how hyper you get, no matter how excited and how much it is popping, and remember safety first. Please put on your mask and keep yourself safe, because you were telling me about a friend of yours who told you about a newly married couple who contracted COVID-19.
Oh yeah, someone told me, both the bride and groom.
Wow, that'll be so.
Yeah, after the wedding.
Yeah, that'll be so. I mean, that's like really.
By God's grace, they didn't die.
You won't die, but then you have to kind of
go through that pain.
Yeah, quarantine yourself, isolate.
Yeah.
And I mean, how would you even tell people that you contracted COVID-19 at your wedding?
Oh, so the stigma?
Yeah, the stigma, So best to just stay safe and make sure that you are doing everything, following all the regulations, following all the protocols, and ensure that you can enjoy life after your wedding. So
yeah, we are still on our way to the wedding.
Yeah, we have about 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
I don't know if they are going to be punctual, because these are Ghanaians in Canada. I don't know if they are going to be doing
they better be
Ghana man time in Canada, or they are going to be doing Canadian time.
They better be punctual.
Yeah,
better be.
But I think it's better we are punctual than late, so we'll still aim to get there on time and see what's up.
I wish the bride and groom the best. I can't wait.
Wish them all the best.
It's kind of like a reunion for us, because we're going to see some friends who are flying all the way from Prince George, Northern British Columbia. Yeah, so it's been about 2 years since we got to see them. 2 years?
Yep, September 2018.
It doesn't feel like that for me, because I talked to them and we talked to them and things like that. So.
And the interesting thing, this time last year, we're going to the same city for a wedding, London.
Oh, I remember your friend. What's his name? Francis wedding.
Yeah, so it's like almost a year to the date.
And then we
next
have another
next
wedding.
week would be actually.
So you see how abroad is one wedding per year. That's all you get to attend. One wedding per year. Oh my God, let my friends get married so that I can get weddings to attend.
Yeah, so hopefully it's going to be a good time, and we're going to have some fun, hopefully, for the summer, which is almost over anyway, and has been dampened by COVID-19. At least you get to attend a social event and let your hair down, and hope to see you. Definitely we would have some scenes from the wedding to share with you, and you get a chance to see.
Enjoy your day. Drop your comments. If you don't agree with anything, let us know.
Let us know what you think about the cost of weddings in Ghana and all the discussions around wedding planning and everything, and let's see if there are any other topics that we can follow up with after this video. And
yes, we will definitely do that.
All right, okay. See you, all the best, and enjoy your day. Stay safe. Bye.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Oh yes, subscribe to the channel and get informed when the next video comes up. All right. Cheers. Stay safe.